Welcome for tonight. Get to another episode of Living the Lore. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Ethan.
I love how we both sound completely done with your shit.
It happens. Welcome.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about Palworld, the not Pokemon.
You've heard about Palworld, right? Everyone's heard about Palworld.
We were actually
about Palworld, aren't you?
We were actually in a store last Monday or Tuesday, and there was people at the table playing D&D talking about Palworld, and I was like, wow, it's really just everywhere right now, isn't it?
I mean, yeah.
I guess. I'm assuming that shop that way.
Yes, in that direction.
Okay. I know what shop you're talking about, but I can't say it because I don't want to dox us.
Where we got those.
Yes.
Yeah, although that guy was being super weird about it because, like, the conversation he was having, he was like, man, I can't believe Pokemon would go in this direction. I was like, my brother in Christ, how misinformed are you?
Wait,
what?
Who made Palworld? Not Nintendo.
Obviously,
I do believe.
they used Unreal Engine. I know that, which I totally vibe with.
Well,
I
it's
love
free
Unreal
software.
Engine
We're
so
gonna
much.
use Unreal Engine. Give
Right.
them a choice.
It's true, but like
I believe it's Pear Inc.
something like that.
Pocket Pair Inc.
Pocket pairing.
Unreal Engine 5, yeah. And Unreal Engine 5 is getting really popular nowadays.
Well, yeah, it's the next big thing.
You think?
Palworld, there's like this realistic, like super realistic shooter game that's coming out, and Smite 2 is going over to Unreal Engine 5.
Yes.
Oh.
Because I loved the first one as much as I did.
I enjoy it.
Enjoy.
I'm a smiter.
Enjoy.
I smote.
I do not.
But Palworld is getting in trouble for obvious reasons.
Well, right.
Well, you can't say they're getting in trouble because they're not.
They're not in trouble.
They're not in trouble. Pokemon, however, and Pokemon Inc. has looked at them and been like, hey, I'm not saying any names.
You're riding that line,
but
Buster.
Just so you know, we're going to be looking over copyright infringement rulings here soon. No particular reason.
If I see one electrical mouse, I'm going to be pissed.
There is an electrical mouse, actually.
Oh, no. Well, get your games now.
Your game is mine.
Your game is forfeit.
So, if for whatever reason you haven't heard about Palworld, if you live under a rock, I guess, it's pretty much Pokemon
Meets
Arc.
with a splash of Conan Exiles and a splash of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I'd say more Breath of the Wild.
I don't
know. No, because in Exiles you can have your slaves put to work and all that.
Oh,
like
yes.
Yes.
You can also
your
Spider-Man
pals,
up the fucking walls.
They shouldn't throw out a hard ass like that, but your pals.
Your pals.
We need to get some more of them to help us.
Pals.
I all of a sudden really like the way them cotton fields look.
You got any more of them there two thumb having sorts?
Okay, wait, hold on.
That's staying in,
Oh,
motherfucker.
God, no. Oh, dear God. We're going to hell when we die.
I'll keep a seat warm for you.
It's not my fault. They let me just hit the man in the ball.
Well, isn't the whole thing, if you throw a ball at someone, it's like, you can do it.
They're a pal now.
You just
I've got
really
two of
should.
them.
Yeah.
They literally just waive their human rights as soon as that ball hits them in the forehead.
So-
Yeah.
They're just done.
With the spawning area, there's a chick right outside who has a shotgun right by the fireplace. Immediately, I was like, whoop. As soon as I could.
Mine.
By the
Mine.
If you actually like have a conversation with her, she's like, yeah, no, my entire team was eaten by pals.
Jesus.
Right.
We got to this island, and she's like, yeah, the expedition survivor. And it's like, just her team was just eaten by these little fucking cartoon animals
Monkeys
wandering
and,
about.
I want to see an animation now where it's like one of Ethan's characters talking to the person and being like, oh my God, that's terrible. Me out of nowhere. Mine.
Just rack the ball off her forehead.
and then you throw her out. She's just standing there like dead stare straight forward
it's
shotgun.
pretty much what it is. They just kind of walk around with the shotgun now like, yep. This is my life.
Oh, and they'll never render again.
Oh yeah, isn't it like he'll see the person, but you'll see like a gun and arms or something?
It was funny.
No, even like I've captured people before, and when I throw them out again, like they have no more texture. It's just like their
Oh.
armor, the weapon,
Yeah.
like, on a mannequin.
I would say,
Yeah.
you know the wood mannequins?
Yep.
Just like that.
Just
Okay.
like that.
Just like that.
Like they are no longer human. You have stripped them of their humanity.
They have none.
Yeah.
Like, it is truly a gruesome concept.
Which can't pals also have guns?
yes,
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
this little grass squirrel, and I made it a straight Uzi, so now he just sits on top of my head. When I'm shooting my gun, he'll shoot his gun too. It's like, okay.
So the reason why I say it's I personally have not played Palworld, but you two have some hours put into it.
I've got more than some hours put into it. But
Yeah.
I love crafting survival games, so...
Yeah. I don't think
got
I'll
a
ever
feeling.
fall out of that genre. But anyway, the reason why it's so much like Ark is because I know that the unlock tree for for more items
It is
is
straight
just
just
like
the
Ark,
text tree.
where you
Yeah,
get
just Ark.
you level up, you get like 3 or 4 points, and then there's like 5 or 6 things that you can unlock. So you can't unlock it all right away, but you can pick and choose what you unlock to craft later.
yeah.
What do you guys think of Palworld?
I'm having fun with it. I can't wait to see more come out for it.
I don't want to be too harsh on it because it's a really fun game so far. It's got
stupid.
all of the best borrowed qualities from many other games.
Pokemon, obviously, but I mean,
Pokemon
We already
Arc,
named
Oh,
them.
oh, okay.
Arc,
Okay.
Pokemon.
I was gonna say, is there
Pokemon
something I'm
Arc,
missing?
Conan, like all that good jazz. But I would say that the reason why I said I don't want to be too negative is because the only reason why it's done so well on console and sold as many copies as it is because it came out for free.
Yeah, I was about to
It
say.
came out as a game preview. It's just a beta. It's free. Nobody actually spent money on it. So it's a little misleading for them to be like, we've already sold 6 billion copies or whatever. When, no, you haven't. You've
Well-
had 2 billion downloads.
Yeah,
Well, are
Like,
they
nobody's
including...
actually...
buying.
Are they including PC? Like, is it free on PC?
It is
or
free on PC.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
PC.
free everywhere. They're not selling it. Like,
No, it's free on PC Game Pass. I don't think it's free on Steam.
Oh, okay. So then those who have Steam that would have to pay for it, that's where they could be getting their numbers from. But even then, they could still
I mean,
be...
if they're talking about just straight Steam sales, then not
yeah, that's-
counting anything else.
But if they were to also
If that's the
include-
case, then strike my previous statement.
Right, right. But as I was trying to say, with the whole Game Pass thing, they get a portion. Like, if we download their game, it's like, here, you guys get a little bit of that.
Oh,
Palworld's $30 on Steam.
on
Fair.
Steam. So is all of the is the sales that they're counting from Steam?
I guess.
I would imagine
they
that
must
maybe.
be.
All that money from Steam, because if that's the case, then dang.
That's $30, which I'll get to this in a minute. I'll get more into it in a minute. Smaller game devs.
Oh, yeah, they're going to become the new big thing, I feel.
Oh yeah, EA, Ubisoft, Activision, whatever else have you. Those are all gonna die off if this keeps up.
Honestly, yeah, because...
With Lethal Company, Palworld, Baldur's Gate. Well, that was made by that's a AAA title, isn't it?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
It was
Uh,
by something Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Same people who did Divinity: Original Sin.
That's such a good game.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that I don't like about that game though is how long it takes to get out of the starting area.
Oh my god.
Larian Studios is who made Baldur's
Yeah,
Gate.
Larian Studios.
So not triple A, but
Not
still
triple
a very
A,
good
but still
one.
Yeah.
up there.
But I feel like we are going to be having a changing of the guards here soon.
Oh yeah, if EA keeps up with, if all these AAA titles keep up with their
Yeah,
shit,
if they get much fatter, they're gonna choke to death on their own scrotes.
EA can't survive on another NFL game for the next 20 years. All right, or another basketball game or whatever have you.
It's time they were put down.
space.
Yeah. If they did something like that, where it's like, oh, there's some power ups, or like, okay, then you have something there. But if they remake and the
I don't
NFL
care
game
for the
series, it's
NFL
like, I
games.
don't care, because then I'm gonna play my team. If I'm gonna play the team that I want to win, they're gonna win because I'm in control and I set the bots on the easiest difficulty, and then okay, I won. Yay.
I never care for those kinds of games anyways. Football game, any sports game, racing game. It's just not my cup of tea. If you enjoy them, by all means, enjoy.
Yeah.
Don't let my opinion dissuade you one way or the other.
Right.
They're just not my cup of tea.
Right. But it's crazy that
Well-
these AAA titles can get away with what they're Call of Duty.
I would say it doesn't help the
Call
fact,
of Duty.
Yeah, that's a big one. It doesn't help the fact that we went from $60 to
The
$70.
last one hurt.
Yeah.
That last one hurt.
Or sorry, because it was $69.99. Now we're at $79.99, aren't we?
No, I think it was 60 or 59.
Or $59.99 to
to
$69.99. Yes,
There we
yes, you are correct.
Yeah, now if you want a deluxe edition, you're paying anywhere between like 75 to 138.
Yeah. Palworld, $30.
Palworld, $30.
32 after tax probably.
Or free if you have
Or free
Xbox.
if you have Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the
free
way,
with Game
getting Game
Pass.
Pass is like the best thing to do if you like going through games fast. Because
Oh, yeah.
you get hundreds of games for free.
Even if you
Great games.
don't still get Game Pass because the AAA titles will make their way there
not free.
eventually. And, if it's great for, I don't want to commit to this game because I don't know if I'll enjoy it, so I don't want to drop 30, 40, 50 bucks on it. I'll try it for free instead.
Yeah. That and plus, there has not been a game that I wanted to play that has not eventually come to Game Pass if Microsoft owns that company.
Yeah.
That's fair. If I had $1 for every time I've bought in a game, then
Resident
it's
Evil
gonna
2 just came out recently.
come out. I mean, no, but to be fair, I bought that forever ago.
Yes,
so
yes,
it's
like-
definitely worth paying for it then, than to have it come out on Game Pass now. I wouldn't want to wait all that time.
No, definitely. That was definitely like, what, 2 years, give or take, before that happened?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, back to Palworld.
I just realized, like, wait a minute, we got a little off topic here.
Hey, I'll get back to that later, more towards the end of the podcast on why I hate AAA titles. But Palworld, it's even another thing that it does that's a lot like Ark is the character customization.
Yeah, they don't got really many options, though.
I mean,
No, they don't. But like, you can have like what I always did.
You can
in
make an
Ark,
abomination.
You can make an abomination.
they have the sliders.
The video that I watched.
They gave you the abomination sliders.
Yeah. The video that I watched was this guy. He made a character who was short, had skinny little legs, but big, beefy arms.
You do that
And
shit
it was
all
just
the
like, I
time.
do that all. That's literally like, I make a short guy who has a big beard, a big head, big arms, tiny little legs. And it's like, it's funny. Like, why would I not do that?
I make Mr. Handy.
No, it's just, it's way too much like Ark, though.
It's very much like Ark, and
Yeah.
I like how Nintendo and Pokemon are the one having problems with it. When it's like, I don't know, man. If I was Ark, I'd be like,
Yeah.
what you got going on with
Bombastic
you with
side
the UI
eye.
there, huh?
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. Well,
There's definitely some things that I don't like.
I was
obviously.
about to say, you're farther than any of us, so.
Because then again, come to think of it, like Ark has Pokeballs.
Yeah, actually,
the
they have the
cryospheres and all that
cryosphere,
shit.
the cryopods or whatever.
Pokeballs.
Pokeballs.
However, they're not as pivotal as they are in Pal.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yes.
but here's the thing, though. In Ark, there you have to already tame that animal.
Pokeball, Palsphere.
But in Ark, you already have to have the animal tamed, and then you can put it in the Pokeball, and then you can throw it.
So I just remembered what the Pal spheres remind me of. They remind me of the bombs that you can get in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. They look
yeah.
just like the bombs from Breath of the Wild.
A little bit.
So,
Well, I don't know how Unreal Engine 5 works. I don't know if they have, like, preset items or if they just build it from the ground up. I think they build it from the ground up.
both, I think.
Yeah.
I think you can buy a bunch of preset stuff, but
Asset
it's
packs.
yeah. But those are, if you buy those and you have access to those, really not much any company can do if you're buying them and using them appropriately.
Right.
I think Palworld will be fine. I don't think there'll be a company who can actually, like,
Hit them.
take them out to pasture. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there is, then it's because they found some weird, obscure.
Well, didn't PUBG have problems with that, where they were using assets from another game, I think?
But where the difference was PUBG was directly like, we're just gonna take this. But I'll be honest with you, I don't remember hearing about that, so that's just a guess. I don't even know what you're
not
talking
sure.
about.
I
It
do
was
remember
passing.
PUBG. I do remember PUBG got into some trouble.
They got into trouble for something.
some copyright issue.
But
I
you're
don't
farther
think
than
that's
both of us in
something.
Palworld. What do you think?
So far,
In your expertise on survival crafting,
yes. So, real quick, a little backstory on why they say expertise is because they have a phrase for me. It's called Jonah-ing, where
Yes.
they will not be on the server for a night, and the next day it's like, all right, guys, so I've done a little bit of crafting. I
So,
am that guy.
I have the perfect,
without admins.
I have the perfect story for this.
Oh God, no, you're not.
Me, Jonah, and Ethan used to play Ark a lot, and we loved the Scorched Earth.
Yep, that was our favorites.
We loved Scorched Earth, and we loved the whole the desert planet. There's little water source, and any water source there is, that's usually where the big monsters are at. Blah blah blah. There was one time, I want to say it was closer to the middle right of the map. There was a water source near there, which was also an artifact over there too. We had a hut like miles away from that,
Just
where
a
it was
thatch hut.
just a thatch hut, and we were like, okay, tomorrow after I was in school still at the time. Joan and Ethan were still like doing whatever, and they were probably both working. And I was like, all right, guys, tomorrow we're gonna go over there. We're gonna clear the area out with our raptor pack. We had like 12 raptors. I was like, all right, guys, let's do this tomorrow. I leave. I come back the next day. There's nothing at the thatch hut, and I'm like, what happened? So I called Jonah immediately, and I was like, hey, what's going on? He was like, oh, yeah, I did a bit too much. I was like, what do you mean?
Just go to the base. Just investigate. See what you think.
So Jonah had it marked, or he told me where to go or something like that. I
Yeah, I
hopped
let
on a
you know the
bird,
coordinates.
and I went over there, and there was not only... it was a wooden house with fencing around it.
No. With a scorched earth, it wouldn't have been wooden. It would have been.
Adobe.
Mhm.
It was Adobe building with a fence around it, a line to the water source that went directly to our house, 800 more raptors or something like that.
I went on a taming spree of raptors.
And I think you had a fabricator too, which that's way past the smithy.
Yes.
And it was just like, I literally was just like, Jonah, why? And you were like, I was playing all night last night. And I was like,
So it's become one of my greatest ways to relax is to watch a YouTube video, listen to an audiobook, listen to music, whatever's catching my interest at the time, and just playing a crafting survival game. I can do it all day. I'm a whole menace to society.
to survival games. You just take it and you just go, all right, I need to min-max this shit.
So that's why we have the rule of Jonah's not allowed on the server by
Unless
himself.
someone else is on the server. If no one else is on the server, Jonah's not on the server.
So, yeah. So we have our own phrase for that, and it is called Jonah-ing. You're welcome, internet.
Yeah. But Palworld. Yay, nay.
So far, 7.5 out of 10.
7.5?
So, still a very high rating.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it.
Ethan,
I haven't played it solo.
have you been playing it?
Oh, yeah. I got my own world and
He's
everything.
played the shit out of it solo. I haven't played it at all solo right now, which means, of course, that I've only ever played it multiplayer. And we have some severe connectivity issues. Like, we might be able to play maybe
30
20,
minutes.
30 minutes at a time before we have to all boot from the server, load back in, and everything like that. But I'm sure they'll have that fixed soon.
Yeah, once they get that fixed,
That's
my rating for the game will increase a
Biggest
lot.
gripe.
I know you fight bosses.
Yes.
Is that like how you advance in the tree of
No.
crafting?
You
No?
just level up.
Oh.
Just do things
Well-
that gain experience point to get you higher level.
Yeah, well, I'm only saying that because I know from the trailers and stuff, there's like Pokemon breathing into a furnace, and then
Yep.
that goes on a conveyor belt, and then there's other Pokemon.
Palmon.
I'm so sorry. Palmons.
Or Pal Monsters, whatever.
Pal.
They're just called pals.
Pals.
Okay,
Pals.
Just
then.
pals. There's no there's no monster, there's no digital verse, it's just pals.
Sorry, Nintendo. Don't sue me, please.
Guess don't sue us for their vernacular.
Yeah. The Pal.
Pals.
They're like on a conveyor belt making parts for something.
So, my first initial experience with the game was I seeing it in Game Pass initially, and Sid was with me as well.
Being like, what the fuck?
And
is
I saw the
this?
trailer, and I was like the starter pictures and all that, and they had the trailer too, and I was like, what is this? And what caught my
Come to think of it,
What's
that
up?
starting screen, is that not just the Ark starting screen? With the people on the back of animals facing off. With
Holy shit, it
different
is.
Yeah, it
text.
is. No, wait, hold on. Let him cook.
No, because, like,
Let him cook.
It's literally just the Ark screen.
it is, because, I can imagine, I can literally see when they release Scorched Earth for Ark and Palworlds, because on Scorched Earth,
Yeah, it's the
there's,
same
like, a T-Rex, and with a guy up here, there's a guy being dragged by a pterodactyl or something up in the sky, and then there's another guy with a bow and arrow and a velociraptor or something. I can see it all right now, and it's like, and then I look at Palworld, and there's two guys. They both are pointing at each other with guns or whatever, and they both.
Yeah, and then you got the flyer up here.
Yeah.
And then the guy
Yeah,
back
it's
here.
pretty much just that. But yeah, put a side by side up where we said too, because that'd be funny as shit.
Huh.
Yeah.
But at any rate,
So, yeah, let me tell you, Pokemon. They're not the ones who should be looking at
That's true. That
looking
is
at their
true.
legal advisor.
again, bombastic side eye.
Yes.
Excited.
But we still haven't got to what you guys thought about it.
Yeah, I've already said
Oh,
7.5
7.5. Yeah.
out of 10. Again, just they need to fix the server stability.
Right.
That way, people can confidently be on a server together and explore the world, and not just shit drop. That's about the biggest nitpick.
That's kind of what it was like for Conan Exile.
Yeah,
but
so that's why I know they'll fix it.
right.
They'll get to it. It's just going to take them a second.
Conan, the person who was hosting the server, played it just fine. But the person who joined the server, that you'd be like walking beside them, and then all of a sudden they're like 500 feet ahead of you, and it's like, whoa, hold on. Or like you'd be hitting someone and you wouldn't be doing any damage, but then the person who hosts the server would come over and they do all the
Then
damage.
your
You're like,
game
wait,
loads
wait,
up, and then you just see the health bar just.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh.
wait a minute, something.
And then you see your own health bar. And you're like, oh no,
Gary.
They'd be like, guys, are there any rocks? What do you mean, or trees? Does anyone see any trees? And it's like, yeah, we're surrounded by trees.
Yeah, I see.
I
nothing.
need to exit out, guys.
I need to reload.
I never got
We're
that
in the
far.
middle of a forest.
in Conan.
Me, Nick, and Ethan got pretty decently
Pretty dang
far.
far.
Like, we haven't beaten the game, but like we got all the
waiting
way up
for
to the
the next-
volcanoes.
No, we're waiting for the next part in the new Siege
Mm-hmm.
update. The whole shtick.
Which
We're waiting
might
for our kingdom to be attacked, which we need to check when that next update happens so we can look.
either way. Let's see. There's a few other nitpicks. My biggest nitpick is probably not that big of a deal, but it bothers me. So you can also get a sword, right?
Right.
You would think you would be able to get that like level 15, level 12, somewhere early on, right? No, this is N tier shit. The sword is like level 43 and the max level is 50.
Why would I use a sword? There's guns.
Still like melees.
I'm
I'm just saying sword should be beginning.
Yeah.
You get the sword after the rifle.
Way after the rifle.
After a repeating rifle. After advanced shielding, which are force fields, you unlock the ability to sharpen an edge of metal. Like
you get spears early on.
I feel like they're doing that reverse, where it's like, I can make gun, which has all these intricate little parts. It needs a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to clock back. It needs to unload the magazine so I can load a new magazine. Push the, but
Little did we know we were actually starting a Tau society since we're mostly focusing on guns.
their melee sucks.
Their melee sucks.
Anyway,
But like, I would like them to add more swords because the sword that you get is one of the higher end materials. So why not add the lower end material version of swords then? Let's do a metal, not stone, because that's don't do that. I don't like that.
right.
But just do metal, and hey, you get a metal sword eventually. Cool.
Right. Why don't we do things you like, things you don't like? Since you started with swords, why don't you start with don't like? That you don't like that it's so far. Anything-
So a thing that I like.
yeah.
Okay. A lot of the creatures, like the way they're designed, I like the way a lot of them look. Like there's a
Do you kill them for food?
yes,
They die.
yes.
Ish. Their eyes kind of go like.
That's what I'm talking about. 'Cause
Cartoon style.
swirly.
Unconscious,
But they drop meat.
But then they drop meat.
do they ever get back up?
No. So I'm gonna go with no. They do die.
I'm gonna go with they die, but they do it very PG.
It's a very PG death.
Which is weird. I mean, I guess Fortnite does it, where it's like, oh yeah, he's dead. You know?
He just explodes into stuff.
Yeah.
So
There's no blood. I
No,
don't think.
it's pretty much the same thing. It's just bleh.
Yeah.
And then oh hey look, there's a pile of stuff.
He dropped it that he had in his pocket. His own meat, his own pelts, and maybe some other things.
I don't know why, but I just imagine like the monster looking at the health bar, seeing it's empty, and being like, reaches down, pulls out a bag, opens it up, just grabs some things.
That was a very visual gag, Jonah.
I know.
No,
I put on sunglasses for this gag, then realized you can't see me.
You can't see me.
no, cause the video that I watched, it was like they died, but then they dropped shit, so that's why I was kind of confused.
Yeah, they die. They die PG.
Yeah. Anything else
Yeah.
you like, don't like?
That I can't name things yet.
Oh.
I would
Yeah.
be able to name critters and whatnot.
Wait, you can't name them?
Can't name them yet.
Can't name
PC
'em yet.
can do it, so it's coming.
Oh.
Of course, the PC can do it.
Wait, I was about to say, PC does everything first.
Yeah.
I'm throwing the shadow.
7 Days to Die, perfect example of that.
Oh God, don't even get me started.
Yeah.
We're not on that topic.
Yeah.
Let's carry on. Anyways, so I remember the story from earlier. We were talking about the intro screen, and what initially caught my eye was the 3 sheep behind the sandbags with the fucking mounted machine
Yeah.
gun.
Is that a thing?
Yes, it was one of the demonstration pictures they used. It was just 3 sheep behind sandbags with mounted machine guns, just a rat-a-tat-tat. And I was like, "This is all right. I gotta know.
All right. You got me hook, line, and sinker. You have my full attention.
You caught my interest." And then I hit play, and me and Sydney were watching the trailer, and the entire time I'm sitting there going, "Mm-hmm. Yes, I know exactly what. I have no idea what's going on."
The hell's a pal?
And then our roommate was like, "Hey, download this game. We're gonna play it." And we're like, "Fine." Downloaded it, play it, and we were immediately like, "This is stupid. Why am I having fun?"
I think I remember in an earlier episode, if that episode's out, you were like, I hate Palworld, but damn it, I'm having a good time with it, or something like that.
Something like that.
It's just like, fair enough. So, you like it? I'm
Yeah,
assuming?
again, as I said, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
7.5 out of 10.
Anything
What
else
part of
you
it?
don't like about it?
I don't feel like there's an end goal yet, obviously.
Oh, really?
I don't feel like there's a...
No, it seems pretty small as is. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it only goes up to level 50, and the amount of tech you can actually unlock is
Not bad.
limited.
Yeah.
They also don't have many pals. I mean, they have quite a few, but like,
You see the same sheep even in the end game.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's only like 100 some odd pals.
maybe if that. But like,
There's not that many pals, but to be fair, new franchise, you know. Anyways.
yeah, none of them evolve anything like that. It's just base level pal.
Really?
Like, level 1 is level 1. That's
Like
it.
what you get is like you capture it.
He's a shy
Yeah,
Caesar.
I want to be able to name my pals because that's always something that I enjoyed in Pokemon and other games where you could name your little pet.
Yeah.
I just like naming shit.
I just got a little fox I want to name Hot Plate. Because I use it for cooking all the time.
Fair enough.
I got a giant fire-breathing turtle.
I believe it.
I also have a giant water dragon serpent thingy. It was level 48 when I caught it.
That goes like a
Or-
glub.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if they added like Pokemon leveling up, where it's like,
Oh, that's another thing. The sound quality is terrible.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
It's
The sound quality is
bit crushed.
even in like single player,
Bit crushed.
Bit crushed.
really, like,
Do you
Everything
remember?
is just crunch, 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 crunch.
Do you remember Kingdom Hearts 2 when
Yes.
you were in Tron's world?
Yep.
Remember the music that they used when you got into combat?
Yes.
I don't know why, but it vaguely reminds me of that.
That's
But a little bit crushed.
fair, I guess.
Yeah, it just
Not
sounds
fair
like
as in like,
fine.
oh yeah, that's fine. No, same fair. More like, what can you expect? I guess with whatever. This is like I don't think they've released anything else. The company that made them.
No, so far. I think the last update I got was yesterday. Don't quote me on that. But
I'm not sure. I think they're a team of experienced developers who all come from different projects.
Yeah, they've made some other stuff.
I don't know why, but I feel like it would be funny to me if one of them came from Pokemon, one of them came from Conan, one of them came from Ark, one of them came from Breath of the Wild. I doubt it, but that would make me
That
laugh
would be
just
kinda
a
funny.
little bit.
That dude who came from Breath of the Wild, all he brought was the bomb asset.
Like,
That was it. He brought the
we need
one
a
asset.
spherical device. I got this bomb.
I got you.
Run it.
I've been waiting my whole life for this one moment.
Yeah, don't you also have to like damage the pals to like capture them too?
I mean, not necessarily, but
They're
it does
more
make it easier.
susceptible. Yeah, they're more susceptible to being caught if they're damaged first.
You can also get a stun rod. You just
Jesus
tase them.
Christ!
You get a
Dude!
It's not quite a cattle rod because you hit them with it.
What?
So, Nick fucked us up.
What do you mean?
You can get a butcher's cleaver,
Oh,
and we needed heat souls, which is an item that one of the pals will drop.
Yeah.
And Nick was like, "All right, I don't want to go out and go searching." So he takes one of the fox pals, and the animation is he walks up, it blurs out, he kicks its fucking shit.
Jesus!
It was unnecessarily brutal. And like,
It's like, holy shit!
I'm literally sitting there on like the little kitchen thing, cooking along, and then Nick just comes up and just brutally executes my propane tank.
Bite
And
that
I'm
curb,
like-
bitch! Bam!
I was just like, Jesus, what the? And he's just like, yeah, no, we need some more flame souls. So give me a second, and then just
It's like-
carries on with the
Was it
butcher.
enough?
Yeah, it was actually.
was.
Oh, okay, I was
that
about to
was
say.
that was one of those like,
Oh,
I never just let my pal wander around camp alone again.
yeah, no,
I guess.
no,
No.
When you have Nick around, don't let your pals just run around.
I guess.
He will just straight murder. But it was definitely just
For
a
expediency's sake.
Oh my.
why
He bit the curb! Jesus!
we let our dogs. We planted landmines out there. It was terrible though. It literally like a pixelated blur screen. Like it literally just right there.
Oh. So that just made
Like,
it worse.
That wasn't a joke. It was
Imagine
there.
your sim taking a shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Jesus.
it's just like the panel just pops up there,
And then you
and
just-
then your imagination is left to wonder what's
That's
going
what
on
games
behind
do
it.
a lot, and it's just like you're making it worse for me. You're literally making it worse because now my brain does all the thinking, and I like whenever games older games would censor anything, like the Punisher game, where it's like, oh yeah, a black and white screen and it's all bubbly and bouncing around and like this stuff, and it's like you're making it worse, honestly.
I mean, yeah, that's the idea though. They want you
Because like
you to
you
do
hear a buzzsaw. One of the executions is you hear a
it'll be
buzzsaw.
It'll be
A
fine.
buzzsaw going, and you hear the screams, and you just hear. It's like I'm not sleeping tonight.
You can only assume what I'm doing to that man's intestine.
He is dead.
Let's see. I have to admit it is kind of funny with some of the pals though, how they are just animal. Like we
Yeah.
haven't gotten to dude with job territory yet.
Not yet, but to be fair, it took Pokemon a while to get to the dude with job as well.
What do you mean?
So like when we say dude with job, like there's like construction workers in Pokemon and they're Pokemon.
Oh,
So it's just dude with job.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there's a few different types of Pokemon that's just dude with job,
Yeah,
and like
that Pokemon's got to feed a family of 5, dude. You can't
Yeah.
make fun of him.
yeah, I mean, hey man, he's just trying to.
He's trying to make a
ends
roof over. He goes home. His wife's up his ass. You know the old ball and chain. You know how that
ball and
works.
chain. He's just trying to get by in life.
He's
you
trying to
know?
get by life. He's just dude with job.
Yeah, he's just dude with job. He can't.
Jonah, as the only one who's married here.
No, I will be making a public service announcement. I love my wife very much.
Hey, Jonah, are you okay?
Nope.
Is everything good at home?
Yes.
Smart man. But I don't know. Palworld just seems like it's kind of a. I think it's gonna go good places.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like,
might.
oh my god, the next big thing, but it's definitely gonna be something that a lot of us look back on with fond memories.
Yeah, I think the hype may die out relatively soon.
But I mean, if they keep updating it, I mean,
It all depends on the direction they take the game.
I think the hype might die out relatively soon. Right now, they have that lightning in a bottle, just how absurd
Okay.
it is. But how long can they continue on this path before they finally give one of the 5 companies they're borrowing creative license from enough of an excuse?
yeah,
Like, they're walking a fine line.
Oh,
They-
yeah,
They
well,
put themselves on a
They're
pretty
on
fine
a
line.
tightrope. Yeah, they are.
kind of onto that, or kind of with that, where if they like do what Pokemon does, where like the leveling up, where it's like, oh, it starts off as level 1, then it goes to level 10 or level like 30. And then it levels up to this creature, and it looks like this. And then level 50, it goes up to this creature, it looks
That's
like, or
probably
whatever.
why they didn't do the evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why they were like, a creature's just a creature.
Yeah, and
Or-
the next thing you know, they're going to start evolving them, and then Digimon's going to hop on, and they're going to be like, what the I thought you were dead. I thought you were dead.
Digimon evolutions or whatever, where it's like, oh, it's a little mug, it's a little guy with like little, he's so
I got a
cute.
stat
Oh,
screen.
look at it.
Do
It's
you
a
have a
little,
stat
it's a
screen?
little poop pile. That's a literal poop pile, and it evolves into a dinosaur.
A bigger poop pile.
No.
Yeah.
A bigger poop pile.
A bigger poop pile with a gun.
With a gun.
That
That's what I love the most about Digimon, if I'm being honest.
Go
It's
through
just
all of them.
What's it evolve
my
into?
God.
Oh, it's a bigger rabbit. With Gatling hands for hands.
Yeah.
Me and Ethan just rewatched
What?
Save the Net, an old Digimon
Oh
movie
my.
from forever
That
ago.
was an
What the
acid
hell
trip.
is Save the Net?
Dude.
Watch it. Say nothing. Watch it.
What's it? It's about Digimon.
It's Digimon.
The main TV show cast. is-
Sure.
No.
Sure.
Sure. Because remember, there's like 8
fucking
seasons
goes-
of Digimon, and they all have a different cast.
It goes
Oh.
so like the first quarter was like
There were 2 separate movies in this one movie. And mind you, I used to watch this all the time as a kid.
Same.
Like, I would go and borrow it from the library, and I would literally have to be told, hey, you need to wait again before you can borrow this movie again. Because it also had a lot of fucking great songs. Like, it had an immaculate soundtrack. But I don't remember the entire second half of the movie.
oh no, we
Because
only
the
remember the
entire
first
second
half.
half of the movie is a complete acid trip. It is absolutely wild.
What is it called?
From start
Digimon
to finish.
Saving the Net.
Saving.
Digimon Save the Net.
Save the Net or
Save the Net.
Save the Net.
Okay.
You can find it on
Where we just
Yep,
watched.
yep.
Wilco.
Wilco.
Wilco. You got it.
You can
We're
watch
gonna,
it.
we're gonna have to come up with a code name for that, I feel.
Wilco.
Wilco?
Wilco.
Let's go with Wilco?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm not telling you people at home what it is, because if I tell you, I will be on narc, and you all can go fuck yourself.
Snitches get stitches.
Yes.
But it's nothing that bad, don't worry.
No.
But yeah, as I was saying, yes. It was just an acid trip.
It
And
was.
reminded me that
You saying going to the library and picking out a movie is just such a nostalgia trip for me.
No kidding.
yeah.
God bless America.
You gotta realize, you just had the library. We were the fucking movie stores and all that.
That is true. Well, we went to the library and the CVS.
Don't worry. I said it and then I wanted to go cry.
Do you remember going to Blockbuster? I remember.
going to Blockbuster.
Oof. No, I only went to Family Video. That's the oldest one that those are gone.
Visited a family video. I've been
Um,
to a family video.
no, I just remember always stealing or not borrowing The Cat's Return and what else? Howl's Moving Castle. Those are literally the only 2 that we watched from the library. Everything else is kind of like, yeah, I'll watch
The
it.
movie I feel me and Jesse borrowed the most from Blockbusters was probably Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Wow.
That's a good one.
I know.
We just got done watching that one recently, and it was like, oh, this is still such a good movie.
There's a lot of really good movies out there that a lot of people are just like, oh, yeah, I've never heard of it. It's like, how?
Got a little off topic, I see.
Literally how.
I was like, wait a
Just a little
minute.
bit, yeah.
Wait a
I mean,
minute.
we're not that far off topic.
Not
talking
too
about
terrible.
Pokemon from Palworld.
We're definitely on this road here, and there's our road down there. We can see it. We're just not on it right
and
now.
with one daring motion, we can make it back.
Well, kind of going back to it is that, what would be cool is if they did do the evolutions, but in the Digimon way. Where, like,
So-
I
So
know
you
there's,
would
like,
need the device
yeah.
and then the card.
Yeah.
To,
It's something like that. Where, like, could you imagine, like, I know there's, like, a little monkey-looking thing, and then you, like, swipe a card, it turns into a bigger monkey with, like, 2 Gatling guns or something. You know?
why not? Why not?
Or like,
I do hope they follow along just the absolute batshit insane.
yeah, or, like, the little sheep, where they get to the bunker. Imagine that was a
See, it's a
Digi-evolution.
little sheep, right? And then it evolves, and now it's a half-naked woman.
Yes!
So
Like,
okay,
Digimon,
that's not,
man.
That's
Yeah.
not where my mind went at all. See, like my brain went to like, oh, it's a little tiny sheep, and since it rolls, it's just gonna be this huge roided out monster covered in armored plates and spikes, so where it can just roll itself towards the enemy.
Nope, I'm going Digimon here. Going full Digimon.
Going full Digimon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's too close to Pokemon, where there's, like, a
This
theme.
fox. Oh, yeah, this fox. Uh-huh. No, it's an angel. You serious? Uh-huh.
Smash.
100%.
Anyways,
That lizard over there, yeah. Now it's a Gundam.
That's a Gundam.
we had
Casual like.
there,
That
there
bug?
was
Yeah.
there was a
Big
like
bug.
Beetleborg.
Beetleborg.
Jesus. So there was one thing that I've noticed that they do is when you have your base set up, you'll randomly get raided.
By what? Pokemon?
Yes,
Or
and
pals.
people.
Sorry.
People
People.
and pals or people.
There's like Team Rocket, and then they're more tree huggy, hipping.
But not
a
really,
different
'cause-
Team Rocket.
so there's
But
the
they're both
syndicate.
incompetent as all hell.
Yeah, they are. There's the syndicate, and that's Team Rocket. They're just trying to capturing powerful pals.
I guess.
And then there's the pal.
They love
Release
Free
initi-
Pal Alliance.
Alliance, yeah.
they,
the free
they
pal-
love peepees. Powerful pals.
Powerful pals, yes.
Peepees.
But it's funny because like you're like, oh yeah, the Free Pal Alliance, so they don't hurt. No, I've seen these things murk pals on the side of the road for no
They're-
fucking
every
fuck.
time I see them, they are fighting with native pals. Like I have never.
Aren't they the
won-
good guys?
I,
Or not the good, the guys who, like, want the pals to be free or whatever?
I have no fucking idea. Then again, doesn't PETA kill the most animals? So like, if you were to tell me PETA had hit squads just going out executing cows, I'd believe you. And that's what the Free Pal Alliance does. It's so weird.
Man, we noticed that your pals are not being treated right. We hear that bark bark. We want to be able to take care of bark bark. We want to be able to take care of your pals and be able to, show them a. Thank you, Greg. That dog was pissing me the fuck off. Anyway, about your pals.
I just imagine like while the guy's got a distraction, you got another guy in the bush. Take the shot.
Lighting.
Lining up on the fucking family, the pal dog.
That's like.
Oh my god!
Bartholomew's dead.
Smoke
Oh,
bomb, run away.
oh no, that's
And
a
like
shame.
that, he's been saved from a life of servitude.
Oh shit.
You're welcome, America.
I won't lie, that PETA thing, you had me dead at that. You had me
Holy
fucking
shit.
Dead. That shit was funny. Oh, shit.
Anyway. But, so, like, do they explain, like, what not Team Rocket is,
Not-
what they're doing?
They haven't gotten that
They
far
haven't
yet.
explained a
Or-
goddamn thing.
Okay, I was just about to
I
say.
meant to be reading the diaries, if I'm being honest.
Okay,
because
so
we
there
were
are
talking about
diaries.
but
Okay.
yeah, there are diaries along the lines of, and you guessed it, Ark, where they leave behind a bunch
Oh.
of previous explorers' diaries.
A bunch
And
of
they
Surprise.
kind of lay out the land of what's going on in the surrounding.
Yeah.
But
So,
one.
go
I
ahead.
kind of forgot to read them.
One thing I do appreciate is they have fast travel pillars, and as you activate them, you can just fast travel to them, even from your base,
With all your stuff?
with all your stuff.
Oh my god, why didn't Ark do that?
And it's one of those things that's like, oh my god, I appreciate that, because you can also keep your flyers with you too, and be like, all right, fast travel here, fly there.
Ah.
And that's one thing that's like I really appreciate about the
Doesn't
games.
The map
have
is very
teleporting?
traversable.
Nope. Not in this way.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't, because you can teleport from bed to bed, but you can't take your stuff with you.
Right.
But you can teleport from base to pillar and take your stuff with you.
Yeah, and as you said, bird flight.
And even a squadron of pals.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I believe we can have
5.
You can only have 5?
You can only have 5.
Couldn't
Really?
have 6, obviously.
Oh.
They should have done the opposite thing. They've been like, we'll do 7. That's one more than 6.
Nah, I'd give you 12. Twice as many.
God, that's a lot of...
That's a lot of mon power. That'd have been like, yeah, and you can throw 3 at a time. Try me.
I want you to try.
At least give you the ability to unlock that later, because right now you can only throw out one mon at a time, and it's like, but what if I want them all out playing together?
Or like,
What the fuck?
What if I want all of them out to fight a boss? What are the bosses like? Are they bad? Are they good?
They've
Fat alpacas?
Battle pack. What?
there's 2 different types of bosses. There's tower boss, or actually 3. There's tower bosses, there's world bosses, and then there's, I guess I can only call them platform bosses because they're on like a little stone platform with a blue teleporter in the center.
Arc.
And it'll take you to a room.
Arc.
But you don't need to get artifacts for it, so you just kind of show up.
Yeah.
The tower bosses are people with their own mons that you fight.
Oh.
So kind of like gym
leaders.
leaders. But Nick has found an interesting little glitch to where he can capture the gym leaders and their mons together
In one ball.
in one ball.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of those like,
How?
so this will probably be patched here soon, so I don't really care. Basically, my understanding is he has to get. There are actual cops in the game too, because there's friendly NPC villages, and if you shoot them, the cops will be after you. You have to get them to chase you. You have to get a wanted level, then fast travel
Okay, GTA.
to one of these battle towers. Go into the battle towers. They'll chase you inside, and then you have to get them and you and the monster you're fighting with the person in between. You get the cops to shoot the monster will run away, and that's when you can capture them, and it's 100% guaranteed.
Huh.
I saw him do this yesterday, and I was like,
How did you figure this out?
I'm thinking he YouTubed it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Well, also
showing
another
us
way
this
that
right
people
now.
figure out those obscure things is going through the files of the game and be like, "Can you catch this Pokemon? Okay, yes you can. Okay, then how do we do it? Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's try this. Oh, hey, this worked." That's how a lot of them do it.
Right.
That is so weird.
It is, and it's probably going to be one of those things that gets patched sooner rather than later.
Probably patched into the PC version. Let's be
Probably.
honest.
One of the mons that I want is this giant electric type, but that's only because his craftable, because every mon or every pal has a craftable item. It's either a saddle or a tool or something. His is a giant minigun.
Oh, is he on the front of the game?
Yep.
Okay. You don't have him yet?
No,
Oh.
I haven't found him yet.
Oh.
Again, the biggest, baddest thing I caught so far was a giant blue serpent,
Fair enough.
which is water dragon. But
Water
yes,
dragon.
I've been having a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend it to really anyone of
mean-
any age. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, kids could play it.
Yeah, there's nothing. Again, just don't make the cleaver.
Why?
Just don't make the cleaver.
Why?
I don't, because that's how you get the animation of just
Oh.
capping little monsters.
Right. The meat cleaver.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
It is in early access still, of course.
Oh, yes.
So
Yes.
there is that. So they could add anything to that. But kind of on that is that it's in early access 1 and 2.
See, I feel like with games in general, because me and Ethan, God, we came from the era when games were done. They were done. Here it is in all of its glory. Enjoy.
God, it's not like that anymore.
It's not like that anymore. And it
Nope.
could be a good thing if gaming companies were to start handling it more properly. How is by listening to their communities of like, hey, we would like this.
or
Within reason, obviously.
right, or use the early access for early access and then fixing everything like
Not
you're
as an
supposed
excuse
not
just to release half a game.
yeah.
And then be like, well, that's fine. We can just fix it later. And
Halo did it, Call of Duty did it,
Destiny did it.
Destiny did it. Destiny's probably going to do that if they release Destiny 3.
I'm
It's like,
not going to get Destiny 3.
You and me stopped playing that since I think we might have only played a little bit of 2, honestly.
I played the first one. I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah,
I had fun
I
with
enjoyed
it.
the shit out of Destiny 1, yeah.
The second one I didn't care for. It was very blasé, kind of boring.
Right.
And now they're up to like 12 DLCs
Yeah, they are.
or whatever the hell it is.
But that's what I'm saying is like if they were to
Expansions.
use early
Whatever.
access for games for as a free hey, let's fix the bugs. Let's listen to what our fans are saying. Again, within reason. I do have to state that.
But then the game comes out and the problems are still there, or there's completely different problems, and it's like, wait, what was the point of early access then? If the game is still ass, and your story still sucks, and Call of Duty died out years ago. God, I hate Call of Duty. Now,
Yeah, isn't it funny that Call of Duty was at the beginning of all of our lives and is quickly just eating shit?
Oh, we'll watch that thing nosedive.
Oh, yes. And Halo was not far behind them, I'll be honest
Halo
with
is
you.
either not far behind or right there beside it, honestly. We'll see what happens with the next Halo. Let's wait. We'll see then. Because Call of Duty's made, like, what, 4 games of the same exact thing? Cold War Up has been the exact same gameplay, where it's, like, super tactical, like, holding the gun by the barrel, arm all the way back, like, sitting there, just like, dude, this looks like the same thing from Vanguard or whatever, or Cold War. I don't know. They've just looked very similar and very bland.
Well, I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, they did just release their multiplayer game type for their recent campaign. They literally just released
I forgot.
what's it called?
Done.
Plunder, or, you know.
Oh, you're talking
Oh.
about that zombie wannabe, like, fucking thing where it's an open world plunder, but it's zombies?
No, not zombies.
No?
It was the actual campaign for Call of Duty. The Call of Duty that just came out.
Wait, like multiplayer?
No, the campaign.
The
Just
campaign.
said the campaign.
Oh, the
single player
campaign.
campaign.
The solo.
It was just running from place to place, interacting with objective on the overmap, the same as
Breakpoint?
not Breakpoint. What they use for Plunder and all that good jazz, where it's PvPvE,
Open world.
player versus
Yeah.
enemy, where there's like AI enemies wandering about,
Yeah.
and then you're plundering to extract with stuff. It's that gameplay loop, but with occasional cutscene to justify calling it a campaign.
It's not that great.
Have you guys played it?
I have not. I have seen videos of it.
I've
and I
seen
was like,
videos
wow.
and I have talked to people who have played it. And they all say the same thing, that yes, it was just a massive waste. They just flipped a bunch of assets and said, hey, look at us, we made a new thing. When it was just a bunch of shit taken from old games.
Long story short, I'm hoping indie companies are going to become
much as remakes. So.
Which,
the changing of the guards.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of minor indie companies that have made some huge power plays
Oh.
with gaming.
Palworld, Lethal Company. That game's huge.
I was gonna say Dark Tide, but that's not an unknown game. That's just a small.
Shark.
Yeah.
Fat Shark isn't really.
So like, it's just not one of the bigger ones. Big,
No.
but not one of the huge ones.
Yeah.
That and plus it's 40K. Like they had it made by Wizards of the Coast. No, not
Fat
Wiz-
Shark.
Fat Shark. Okay.
Still a great game. Still a fantastic game.
Right.
But either way, I feel like we are going to be getting a changing of the guards. I feel like
hope.
indie games are going to become the more bigger, newer thing because people are like, oh yeah, I can justify $30 when that game's 120,
60, yeah.
$70.
Yeah,
And still not finished.
And still not finished and kind of ass.
Halo. I'm looking at you.
We're not going to get into that.
Yeah. But Big Mode. I don't know if either of you heard about that. Big Mode is this thing that's made by Video Game Donkey, and it's literally just him publishing a game that's an indie game. I think he has one published called Animal Well or something like that. I highly suggest looking it up. It's only PC games, of course. Or so
right.
far, it's only PC games. But he has a bunch of He has plans for like a bunch of small indie game titles. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what it does, just as long as you put forth the effort. And he's looking for people to hire. He's looking for more indie games. He wants to publish, because he's in the same boat that we're in, where it's like, yes, we don't hate the AAA title games. We're just very disappointed and saddened by them.
They've gotten big for their britches, and they need to be humbled a little bit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad
They need a humbling.
Yeah, and it's sad in the state that they are now, where it's just like, this is the standard now. You know, he's more in the mindset of, let's get these smaller companies more of a voice and more of a
I agree.
out there, and so they get more dosh.
Because, we're not going to put loot boxes in our fucking games. That's a concept that needs to... Microtransactions need to go.
Yeah,
Need to go.
There's no need for them. They need to go.
yeah, make me earn my things.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, like, hey, in-game currency only.
Or only cosmetics. But if you're...
But a fair amount of in-game currency. Don't like, hey, you played one game, you need 200 coins to get that armor you want, but here's 5 for playing that game. And that was a win, and you getting top billing, too. Good job, sport.
Smite,
Fuck you.
Yeah, Smite is the perfect... As someone who plays Smite, it's the perfect example of you need to pay if you want something. So, in Smite, you you have... I think you get the daily login, which is like 20 to 30 favor or whatever. And then at the end of the week, if you've logged in every day, or if you've logged in X amount of times daily, you then eventually get ready for this, 25 gems.
Wow.
Guess what that gets you? Nothing. You need at least, I think for some of the cheaper stuff, 250 gems. Or even the nicer stuff, that's like 1,000 gems. Or even the super nice stuff, it's, I think I have Baron Samdi's Toon skin. I think that was like 1,500 gems.
I've got nothing wrong with you earning in-game currency in games. It's just be fair about it.
Be fair about it, because
Like-
I don't want to waste my life trying to get one thing.
Right.
If I want something, I want to get it at a decent rate.
I agree. Like, if, let's say the armor you want is 1,000 coins, you should be earning a minimum of anywhere between 50 to 100 coins per game.
Yeah,
minimum.
which is why, For Honor, I will say this, they did it right, where it's all cosmetic, and it's all, well, yes, there are...
Nah, it all affects your
It does.
stats.
It does a little bit, a lot of it actually.
Yeah,
but
it's very
I will say
affects
that
stats.
for cosmetic looks,
But,
all you can like
Oh, however, you can't change however anything.
I was just about to say that.
games that do that. That's a good way of doing it, because it's like, because it's like, your armor would look really weird and it doesn't look good. And it's like, why am I gonna wear this? It doesn't look good. So then you just go back to the older stuff that looks bad or has bad stats.
But still looks better.
But still, it looks better though. But in this game, in For Honor, you can change how your guy looks with whatever, and he keeps the stats. And it's just like, that's the right way of doing it.
Yeah, I could agree.
Granted, some games can't do that, but go ahead.
Reach did it pretty well too, I feel.
Well, Reach, you had to earn what you wanted to unlock, and
It was a ranking system.
Yeah.
You would unlock this stuff at this rank. Congratulations, you unlocked it. Have fun.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to topic. Palworld. One thing I would have liked to have done, I agree with what Ethan said way earlier in the episode, which was there's really not that much technology-wise. I was really kind of hoping for that
limited
splash of Monster Hunter World, where it's like you kill the pal, and like you can make a unique weapon
Yeah.
or a unique armor.
out of
Oh,
so many
man.
pal parts.
That would have been a little
That'd have been
splash.
pretty
That would have been
cool.
like,
But as it stands,
Interesting.
your options are the birthday suit you land on the beach with, cloth armor, metal armor,
better
and then
metal armor
metal armor,
plus.
type 2 Mark Boogaloo,
Uh-huh.
and that's it. Like, it's just,
No, there's a third one. There's Palworld.
it looks the exact same as the metal armor. It is just pal metal armor.
No, there's the metal
There is
armor,
metal
then there's the
armor.
refined, and then there's the PAL metal armor. Sorry.
They all look the same.
They all do look the same, though.
Right.
I will agree with that. They should allow you to at least customize it a little.
Color, nothing.
Nothing.
That sucks.
Yeah.
It's just that I would have played Palworld, but one, I don't have the storage for it on my PC.
Really? I didn't think it was that much. It's a very small game.
No, not saying that it's too big. I'm saying that I have a lot of stuff on my PC.
You could very easily delete 2 or 3 games that you're not. You would probably could get away with it with one big game. It's not a big game at all.
But my not emulator.
Got it.
Does your
Yeah.
not emulator really take up that much space?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Well, the only thing is that it's like I look at it and it's like I don't want to delete anything because I don't know how it fucking works.
I'm not saying from necessarily.
Delete one thing. Find
That I
out the
don't
hell
own.
that you
I'm not
did.
saying from your not emulator, just other games that you're
Right.
not playing.
Yeah. No, I already did that.
It's not. It was like what 60 some odd, not even.
Yeah. But I mean, I did that already because I downloaded Sea of Thieves. That's a 100 GB game. Did you
Dang.
know that? I didn't.
I have Sea of Thieves, but I haven't played it in so long.
Sea of
That's
Thieves.
always been like a comfort game for us. I feel. Just
Yeah.
a game that we
Yeah,
go
it's
back
something
to every
back
once in a while.
visit, Yeah.
Ever
Since the run.
The run. We'll get into that one later. If you guys want our Sea of Thieves experience.
Oh, we could get into a whole episode.
Oh
of
my
Hey, man.
Sea of
God.
Thieves stories.
We are part of 3% of the gaming population that has earned that
achievement before. That was before respawns or revives were a thing, motherfucker.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
that OG style.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The harpoons weren't a thing.
As hard as could be.
The fire bombs weren't a thing. The special cannonballs weren't a thing. We did.
The allowing of picking each other up, the revives, like you said, weren't a thing.
Nope. A lot. We did that.
We
way
did that
before.
OG.
The main.
God,
Shroud.
we're gamers. We're gamers.
We're gamers. Shroud breaker.
Gamers.
I got one word or 2 words that'll piss both of you off. Captain Briggsy.
I'm gonna kill you.
See,
I hated
it's
that
still
place.
the fish. It's still the fish. It is.
Well, I mean, shit. We got like 30 minutes we could kill.
All right, let's get into it then.
So, okay.
Fucking fish.
Before we get into the fish, Palworld, we hope that it goes well.
I hope to see more from it.
I hope to see more from
I
it.
hope to see a lot
definitely.
more from it.
Yeah. See what the future holds on.
I might give it a playthrough eventually, but
Ye-
so
I would definitely play it with you.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
the fish.
Let's start off with the Shores of Gold, because that was the entire big quest line for Sea of Thieves, and that's what we were doing.
Yes, sir.
We had started this together at the beginning and gotten all the way through it long before we had the fire bombs, the fireworks, the harpoons. We were still pretty OG with Sea of Thieves. And the fish story was one of those missions that I'll let Ethan explain because he tells it the best. So by all means, good sir.
What? What do you mean I tell it the best? But, so the whole premise for Sea of Thieves is that it's a lot of puzzles.
A
for the most
lot
part.
of
It's a lot of
puzzles.
puzzles.
A lot of
and,
puzzles
like,
and
riddles and this, that, and the other. And one of the
we're all a little dyslexic.
it's one of the bigger problems. But the biggest problem is that there was a bit of a miscommunication in what they were going to put in the stars and what they were going to put in the book. So, like, if per se you were supposed to follow a certain star sign, like the Big Dipper, across the ocean to find your way to your destination, you'd be a little perturbed if they were to, I don't know, stencil in Orion's belt instead. And that's about what we got.
And you got to realize, our dyslexia and following which fish is the right fish that we got to follow.
Yeah, because there was a fish in the book, and then there was a fish in the sky.
And they were not the same fish.
They were not the same fish.
But every other thing was pretty much like, hey, follow the seagull. And then you look up in the sky and, hey, look, don't those stars look like a seagull? Yeah, they outline a seagull. Follow the seagull. So then we're like, all right, so then we have this here fish, and it's like an angelfish.
Or whatever.
And it's like, okay, cool. Look up in the sky. There's a flounder. And then there's like a sardine. And then like over here, there's a tuna fish.
And then over there's a school of fish.
And we're just like, none of these are angelfish. What do you mean?
Which one's the fish?
Which
Where's
one is the
where's
fish in
our
question?
fish?
And it turned out to be the flounder. Not in fact looking anything like an angelfish, but quite the obese opposite.
Yeah, we were. You two got heated.
Oh,
with that
yeah.
one.
I was gonna strangle Jeremy because I was like, "It's this fish. It is this fish right
And I was
here.
like, no,
am
Ethan,
telling
it's
you."
that fish.
I'm just sitting there like, this is fine.
And then sure as shit, we eventually. I don't remember how we got to the
I
right.
don't
conclusion
remember.
of which fish.
This was years
correct.
ago.
I think what we did is we were like, all right, we got 2 fish. We'll do that one first. If that's not it, we'll do the other one.
I don't remember if you were right or if I was right.
I was right.
You were right? Okay.
I was right,
Either way.
without a hesitation or doubt in my mind. I remember very, very firmly that I was correct.
Another story that I
Which is
love
what makes me
is
all the angrier.
Brigantines just came out. That's how new this was, or old this was. Brigantines had just came out, and since it was just the 3 of us, we were like, that's perfect. It's a 3-person ship. We'll run that. So we were running that, and we're sailing along, doing our own thing, and we see a galleon and a sloop, I think, getting into a straight cannon fight. Or no, it was another brigantine. They were just getting into a straight cannon fight, and we were like, we're going to help the galleon. So we got on the other side of the brigantine. We started lighting up the brig, and eventually, they sank, and we were kind of cool with the galleon at first, but they decided to betray us. You're giving me a look like you don't remember this, but as soon as I say this next bit, it'll sink in. Ethan and Jeremy died. I was left alive, so I had snuck on board the ship, gone to the back behind the captain's quarters.
They had a bomb barrel there, right?
No.
Oh, no, I'm not thinking. Am I not thinking?
And I just hid down until they started sailing away. And once they started sailing away, I snuck back into their captain's quarters, which was nothing but a short jaunt for me. And that's where they kept all their treasure. So I just started throwing all that shit overboard.
Yeah. Okay. No, I remember
throwing
that.
all that shit overboard. I got like 10, 15 things before they finally saw me. And then I grabbed the most expensive thing, straight down with it.
Me and Ethan were falling behind you in the brigantine just far enough where they wouldn't see us. But then when you were like, oh, shit,
They sank the brig, and you guys were dead.
Oh.
I was alone, and it was like,
Oh, yeah, I do.
must
You were
do.
just like, fuck it, you guys ain't getting this. And you just started throwing it overboard.
Just maniacally laughing to myself. Oh, shit.
I do remember that now. Okay. I think, were we doing a main story or were we just fucking around?
No, we were doing a main story. I think we had actually just gotten done with the main story when we were fucking around.
Maybe. We didn't really get into a whole lot of fights in that game. Like, ship v ship. Not like too many.
Quite a few, but we tried to avoid player on player. As much
Yeah,
as
because
possible.
we were just like, I just want to get through the
we're
main
pretty-
story. I just want to get
shit
through.
tier when it came to player killing. If I'm being honest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, we are.
But so
It's Skelly Bob.
there's the fish. There's your story, and then I'm gonna tell the story of Captain Briggsy.
You would.
We all hated that fight.
Sorry.
So the whole time you're fighting Captain Briggsy the first time, it's a pretty normal fight. She's a skeleton lord, whatever. Which, by the way, they brought Captain Briggsy back for another story.
I saw that, and I was like,
Goodness gracious.
no.
So the whole time you're fighting Captain Briggsy, she's like, blah, 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 Captain Briggsy. And it's like, shut the fuck
It was something
up.
along the lines of, and you will never forget the day you fought Captain Briggsy. Something like that. And it was like, shut the fuck up.
And what
my
made
God.
it worse is that this was before revives were a thing. So before you died, sorry about that. Before you died, you heard Captain Briggsy. When you respawned, you heard Captain Briggsy. And when you got onto the island again, you heard Captain Briggsy. And it's like, oh my God. And that was not an easy ball. We were shooting cannonballs at her. At a certain point, skeletons stopped spawning in, and it was just her. And someone was on a cannon.
Yeah,
Two other people were shooting at her.
Had you guys be sacrificial lambs.
Yeah.
Where it was just the third person was just cannon.
And
cannon.
I think we went through most, if not all of our cannons.
It was a
cannonballs.
very
She
bullshit
was
fight.
not going.
She had way too much health. And it's just like, oh my God.
Finally killed her. We're like, thank fucking God. We all just sat there for a minute like, it's quiet. Oh, it's quiet.
There's no sound.
That shit haunted my dream for the next 3 nights.
Yeah, for real.
Briggsy.
Shut up.
And they also gave her an outfit that you can buy too now. And it's like, why? Why?
I hear we're gonna have to hop back on Sea of Thieves.
Maybe. I have it downloaded.
I have it
Go do a
downloaded.
tour.
Yeah, we could do a tour. I'd be down for that.
Let's go do a tour of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. Maybe not tonight, but like
no.
we could do that.
No. But I feel like the thing that made it all the worst was the ending.
Oh my god, I hated that shit. So
I have never had a more anticlimactic
For-
ending.
for those who haven't done the Shores of Gold and wants to do the Shores of Gold, this is your warning. We are about to spoil the ending. So, anyways, we had fought in the Gold Hoarder at the end, and it was a real tough boss fight. And we're like, yes, and we see this room. It's just filled with gold that
Mind
we
you,
fought
we have
in
been playing for like 6 to 8 hours a day for like
a month.
for like 4 or 5 weeks straight,
Yeah.
just to finish this campaign and like
Yeah.
be some of the first people to beat the campaign for Sea of Thieves.
Because we were like, oh, wow, there's only like 3% of the people who have actually beaten Yeah, let's do that, guys. Let's do that. That was a mistake. Anyways, but we just got done beating the Hoarder, and then the Pirate King or whatever,
Pirate Lord.
the Pirate Lord appears in his ghostly form, and we're like, oh, cool, what are we gonna get? And he's like, yes, you guys did an excellent job beating that Hoarder, but keep the gold here, it's best that it's... We're like, what?
Whoa.
Don't touch any of the gold. It's all cursed.
Yeah. Like, whoa.
However, his skull will probably sell for a nice little bit.
It was like 10,000.
Yeah, if that.
And we were all just like, are you fucking serious? We did all that for 10,000.
Oh, no. By all means, you're going to get a coat and a hat. Each? No. He only was wearing the one.
I think I got the coat.
And I got the hat.
Yeah.
And I got nothing.
No, you got a sword with his skull on it, right?
Oh, yeah, with the coin over his eye.
Oh, did I get the sword?
Yeah, I think you got the
Are
sword.
you sure you guys didn't get a coat?
I'm pretty
positive
sure.
didn't get a
I got the hat. It's a very cool looking hat.
I know I didn't get a cat nor coat.
Cat, no coat.
And I'm pretty sure I didn't get a sword.
Either way, regardless, it was just one of those things where it's like, we did all that for 10...
We did all that for friendship.
For 10,000. Yeah, we did all that for, and the real treasure this whole time was friendship. It's like, fuck you, I'm a pirate. I want gold.
No, it's like, yeah, the real treasure was the friends you made along the way. You motherfucker, I started this journey with friends. I want to strangle these fuckers out. Like, puzzles. Like, you want...
We have no patience. when it
Also,
comes
the
to
friends that we
puzzles.
made along the way were all dead. Remember Roseheart or
Oh,
whatever?
God, yes. And literally everybody you get to meet along the way are already dead.
Yeah.
And then there was the whole Pirates of the Caribbean storyline, which we all did together as well.
Yep.
And
I mean, the piano was kind of cool, but that was literally it.
I would say it was okay. Wasn't great. Was okay.
Yeah. But no, literally every main story quest for the Shroud Breaker.
Oh my god! I
Thank
hated
God
that.
it all saved. Because if we had to restart from the beginning every single time, I don't think we would have done it. There was no way.
No, there would have been no way in hell if they would have been like, oh yeah, you got to do this in one run. Then that would have been like, I'm done.
The shitty part is that it has such humble beginnings where it's like, oh, go to a sunken ship and get a chest and unlock it and it'll tell you where to go next. It's like, oh, okay, sure. And then eventually it goes to Roseheart or whatever. And then it goes to this guy. Then it goes to that guy. And it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of points where it was like, I shouldn't be as mad about this as I am, but I'm furious.
Literally, the treasure was the adventure. And it's like, why?
Like, you do realize that there was at least 3 points in this adventure where I wanted to grab both of you and just slam you together, and I'm sure vice versa.
And like the treasure was friendship, and it's like, no, you've ruined friendships. There's only 3% of people who have actually finished this, and I think I know why.
I'm beginning to piece it together because it takes very patient people.
There's about 87% that ended in fratricide, and then another 13% that never tried.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That was,
We tried, and we did it because we all run off pure, unadulterated spite.
at that point, we were all definitely just like, we're going to do it. Like, there is no if. There is only when.
I would say the fish was the closest we ever got to being like, we're done.
the fish was the closest I came to giving up. 110%. The fish was the closest.
I think that was the moment of like, look, this is pissing us off. We need to get this done now.
Just the pure anger of the hint not looking anything like the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all in all, still fun though. Had a lot of good memories with it. It's just- there was a
hey, it
lot-
went up. The Shroud Breaker, 10.33%.
Woo! Look,
More
we were
people finding that gumption now that it's gotten easier.
For real.
so then. Yeah, I guess it's now that 3%.
Yeah, now they
just
got
gonna
the
try.
fireballs, the curse balls, the
Yeah, now
revives.
everybody's doing it on an easy streak. We did that shit on hard mode.
Yeah. I'm hard.
It's called trauma.
Your face. It's called What did you say?
What did you say?
Not like I'm actually hard. I meant I'm tough. You sicko.
Scary.
I'm mean. I'm stronger for it. Like, I don't know if, like, maybe we did something wrong. Because, like, Stars of the mission that you hate. Yeah,
How
only
many
3% of people did that. I don't know if we, like, did Shroudbreaker wrong. I don't think we did, though. Because you're supposed to, like, you get Shroudbreaker. Like, oh, hey, here it is. But you need, like, 3 gems or whatever.
So it shouldn't have been as hard as it was for us.
I don't know. But, like, you need, like, 3 gems.
I mean, it's still only 10%.
Wait a minute, though. But, like, I mean, that would make sense, though, if it was just our fault.
Oh, absolutely.
I could believe that, too.
100%.
With this group, I could believe
Because
it.
There's still not enough people who have beaten it to make it look like it was us, though.
I know.
Not enough people have just easily, okay, GG, made it through that. To be like, okay, we were the problem.
Yeah.
Like, there haven't been nearly enough people make it through.
How many people have completed the Shores of Gold? That's the real question. Because that's the whole... How many people have beaten the entirety? So
2.14.
we're still in it, boys.
Yes!
I told you. Like,
We're
it's not
still
us.
fucking in it.
We are part of a 98 percentile.
Yeah.
Like we are a part.
We still
Probably
did
because
it.
people looked it up and they're like, oh, it's friendship? Fuck that. You know? 'Cause- Well, we were also in the mindset of...
we never looked it up though. We didn't know what the prize was going to
Yeah,
be.
We
no.
didn't want to look it up. Because
Yeah.
I was always like, no, don't look it up. I want to figure this out. Because
there were...
we're stupid, but we're bullheaded. Like, the worst combination.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, Ethan would be like, let's just look it up. And I'd be like, no, I want to figure it out. And he's like, please, for the love of God, I'm going to kill you. Look it up.
Like, there was definitely 1 or 2 times where I had to make the executive decision where it's like, we're looking it up. I'm tired of this.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I want to go to bed.
I want to sleep. But we decided we're not sleeping until we get this done. Some of us have work in the fucking morning. Other of us do too. You only have school, but you have the option to not go. We're getting this done now.
Not go or sleep, honestly.
That's why it was like, no, I'm looking it up.
This is getting done.
But we did a good 90% of it without looking it up, though. And
There was only a couple times we had to resort to that, and that was that weird statue dealio where it was like the water pressure, I think it was, where it was like shooting us from dupe to dupe to dupe.
Oh, yeah, when you're on the Shores
yeah.
of Gold. Yep.
Pip, pip.
there was also
I remember having to look up that
the
one.
pillars, the puzzle pillars. There was that one that where we're like, okay, that's the page. The 4th pillar doesn't have that one. What do you fucking mean it doesn't have that one? It doesn't have that one.
Yeah, because you're supposed to guess it, and they don't tell you to do that.
Yeah, they never...
Or whatever it was.
They should have put a question mark on that pillar or something and be
Yeah.
like, ah.
Care explaining.
That way it'd be like, okay, 3 fish, turtle, mermaid.
Huh?
Oh no.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Also, you know, the anxiety of the room filling with water and John over there be like, oh my god!
Luckily, it does it a lot slower than you would think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, the room filled with water pretty quickly. Luckily, yeah, like we were underwater for a while, but in Sea of Thieves you can hold your breath forever.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true.
So it's like we're just sitting there, just like, what do you mean it doesn't have an answer? Just like, how long have we been holding our breath? I have no fucking idea.
I think, was that before cooking was a thing?
No, cooking was a thing. Cooking was a thing pretty early on.
Yeah. Yeah. But, man, Sea of Thieves was just such a...
Because I remember surviving drowning just by eating food.
Oh, yeah.
How?
Scaving off, drowning to death by eating food.
Fun times. Yeah, I made the
Good
joke.
times.
I made the joke with Garrett, one of our buddies. I was like, oh yeah, me and you should play through the Tall Tale, and then I was sitting there like, no, I don't want to do
Never
that.
mind.
I regret saying
I don't want to do that.
No,
Like, I hope you
definitely
don't want to
not.
do that because I don't want to do that.
that.
Look, I did it once. I don't want to do it
We
again.
did it once, never again.
I don't think I could deal with another Captain Briggsy, honestly.
If I was going to replay anything, it might be the Shores of Gold just because it's the end bit, but that would be it. And
I
even
wouldn't do the
then-
whole thing. Like, I know the stories. I know the, oh, Rose, I love you, and then we're both dead.
How tragic.
How tragic. And then the guy who's with the
Death
stars,
Line.
who's like, oh, man, I've been studying stars. Oh, good luck, bye. Ew.
whatever.
But,
Krakens, Megalodons, those are fun to fight.
were those around before we...
No.
Or when we did that?
Krakens were. Megalodons, I don't think they were. No.
I think Krakens are newer than Megalodons.
No, I think Krakens are older. I think Krakens were day one thing. Don't quote me on that.
I don't...
I'm not entirely sure.
I'm not entirely sure either. I just know we haven't seen an albino shark yet.
I'm going to see one of those things before I fucking die.
Next time,
I promise.
Next time we get on Sea of Thieves, albino shark.
Albino shark hunt.
I feel like maybe that's what we could do. Like, that's the main goal of that day. Just albino shark hunt. Like, we want to
Could do.
explore the world anyways. May as well explore it while hunting a shark that we're looking for.
Could do. We'll
Could
just
do.
do the Captain Ahab run.
Pretty much.
Well, there's a way to spawn it, but like I don't want to do it. I don't know if that's like the only way to do it, but you can spawn
Look that up, and then we'll go from there.
yeah. If
Yeah, we'll see.
if there's no way to spawn it, I know there's the black and purple one. I think that one is a spawn. But like the albino one, that one's I think it's rare.
5% chance,
Something like that.
that.
If we find one of those, it's like kill everyone who gets in a 5 meter, 5 yard, 5 feet. Don't care, kill them.
Murder.
I do not care who they are. I don't. It could be a guy who's like, "Oh, hey, I'll give you $1 million. Fuck off."
Die. No. The sun is a deadly laser.
But with that all being said, we want to wrap this up.
I think so.
I think that sounds good. You started
brought
it. You
us
ended
in.
it.
You take us out.
Bang!
Ah,
I took him out. I did it. High five.
No.
yank
Okay.
that steering wheel.
God wanted me to do this. So that is the end of our episode of Live and Let Lore. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Ethan.
Thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye.
We'll see you next time. Bye.